On the passing of xxxtentacion. Everybody should know how it truly happened, so let's get straight into it. June 18th, 2018. xxtentacion's day starts by hopping in his all-custom, blacked-out BMW i8 and heads to the Bank of America to withdraw cash for a new motorcycle purchase that he will be making later on the day. At the Bank of America, xxtentacion then withdraws $50,000 cash. He stuffs that cash in a Louis Vuitton pullover bag. While at the Bank of America, xxtentacion was spotted by a group of men. These four men noticed X's all-black BMW and then saw him exit his vehicle and obviously knew exactly who he was, as you could pretty much notice xxtentacion in a large crowd. Now these four men named Dedrick William, Robert Allen, Michael Boatwright, and Trayvon Newsom ended up tailing xxtentacion's BMW i8 for the rest of the entire day. So after the trip to the bank, xxtentacion then made his way to Riva Motorsports, where he was meeting up with his uncle to purchase a new motorcycle. Now X, he was sitting in the parking lot of Riva Motorsports while awaiting his uncle to arrive. The four men tailing X then noticed that he parked his car in the parking lot and was just sitting inside, so they ended up going to a corner store right down the street to buy ski masks and gloves. Little did they know that the convenience store actually had surveillance footage catching them buying these ski masks and gloves the entire time. Then, xxtentacion entered the motorcycle shop with his uncle. Two of the men then followed him inside of the store, and here's even some surveillance photos of them entering the motorcycle shop with X. Now the craziest part that nobody talks about is xxtentacion literally makes eye contact with one of the individuals as caught here on tape. Now two of the men, they were planted on the inside, keeping an eye on X and what he's doing. And they also went on the inside to see what was in that Louis Vuitton bag that he was wearing. They wanted to see if he would be pulling out any sort of cash out of that bag, or just to get a closer look on how much money might be in it. An hour then goes by. xxtentacion then leaves the motorcycle shop, still wearing the Louis Vuitton pullover bag with all of the cash still in it. Allegedly, it was reported by the two individuals on the inside to the guys waiting in the vehicle that X never opened up the bag or never shared what was inside. Then X hops into his BMW. He sits in the parking lot just for a little bit, and then while trying to exit the one-way parking lot, a minivan then pulls in front of him, blocking him from leaving. X has nowhere to go, so he puts his car in park to see what's going on. Two men then hop out of the vehicle wearing ski masks and gloves. One of them go to each side of xxtentacion's car, holding firearms, demanding him to roll down his windows and hand over the bag of cash. xxtentacion then refused. It made him angry, and then a small brawl ends up happening in the middle of the street. And then sadly, we all know what happens after that. These four men did what they did to X for an alleged $50,000 of cash inside of a Louis Vuitton duffel. Witnesses at the scene claim that these four men actually did end up getting away with the bag of money. But was it really worth it in the end? Sadly, I really wish X would have just gave up the bag, rather than just trying to defend himself inside of the car with two men near him. Little did these guys know that there were security cameras at each and every single stop that X made that day. And not to mention the security camera inside of the convenience store, where two of the men were literally seen without any face protection on them, so they were able to be caught clear as day. A big question was, why didn't xxtentacion have security that day? And a main reason for it was that X was a rapper who didn't believe in needing security other than at concerts and things in that nature. He mentions it in many interviews that he likes to move around by himself and just have his group of friends because he doesn't need people to defend him. Now, the four people who did this to X, they were caught very fast by law enforcement. So it only took the law enforcement 1 month to catch all 4 of these men. Dedrick William, he was charged with first degree and even tried applying for bail. He was very obviously denied on that, and he was told to basically just sit back down and get ready for trial. Williams ended up pleading non-guilty in this case, even though he was actually shown on camera following xxxtentacion's car for hours prior to the incident. What these 4 men didn't realize was at the bank, they have security cameras. The corner store where they bought ski masks and gloves also had security cameras. And Riva Motorsports also had security cameras. Michael Boatwright then was taken in for the exact same thing as Dedrick Williams. He's yet to plead guilty or not, but he will be forced to soon. The third man, Robert Allen, he was taken into lockup as well, after being found at his sister's house in the literally middle of nowhere in Georgia. He was booked into Dodge County. He's still currently being held without bond, as he should. And lastly, Trayvon. He was the last man involved who was charged and found by law enforcement, and he was just charged with the same thing as everybody else. Now, with these 4 men using tactics inside of the courtroom with lawyers, they've been making this court case last very, very long. The most recent update of these 4 men in the court case of the passing of X ended up having with one of these individuals asking the court to provide him with $10,000, that way he can have help proving he's innocent in this court case. At the end of the day, these 4 men did what they did to X for an alleged $50,000. Now, no one knows the exact amount of money that was in that Louis Vuitton bag that X was wearing, but it has been said it was an estimated 50 grand. Now, I'm ending the video here. I hope you enjoyed. Rest in peace, xxxtentacion, and I'm out. Peace.
Bye. Bye, guys.